Hey all, Dr. Fox back here with you. We've got Electric wrapping up. We've got BlizzCon info. And of course, oh boy, Hazelnuttygames. Another mention of her. Alright, cool. Let's get right into this as we load. Alright, just thought I'd show you really quick here too in retail that one of my last Alliance characters is pretty much almost to level 80. You could see she's about level 77 here. Dr. Fox back here with you, kind of kicking things off. We had a lot of announcements at BlizzCon. We talked a lot about that with the excitement last week and dove into that. Actually, I think Hazelnutty's weekend games really covered a lot more of the details of Shadowlands coming out. There are so many things to cover about leveling and the level squish and how that'll work and the dynamics of it and other pieces of the dynamics of how that will work and how things are going to unfold and how things are going to happen with the Maw and the afterlife and all kinds of other things. I'll put that link in there as well. Of course, WoW's retail WoW 15th anniversary right away. One of the easiest things you can get when you log in. You get your 15th anniversary 15% bonus increase. I've been doing that on all my alts. They also give you a little chunk of a couple hundred like they've done the last couple years. A couple hundred time walking. It's kind of neat. They really make this fun, fabulous, in my opinion, little event setup going on down in the Caverns of Time. And I think it's gorgeous. And I was thinking I was going to have to grind out my time walking, by the way, coming up later this week. Regular time walking again. But back to anniversary, it's exciting. You can get little presents like these 15th anniversary balloon treasure chests that pop up. People have been putting those on the auction house and all that. But you can get your little Nefarian pet right away. You get your 15% buff there right now. Dark Moon Fair just wrapped up, sadly, yesterday. So last week was a great time to be able to get that additional bonus on top of that, including your heirlooms. If you had war mode on, you had another 20% on the Alliance side. Plus you had, there was just all these great things of the, especially if you were grinding out bonus rep last week and you really wanted to get that bonus rep done to be able to, I know that's really helped one of our guildie members. We literally, I was really surprised myself. Well, kind of surprised. But yes, still surprised in the end to be able to have seen how quickly he was able to rock out that last little bit we needed. And it was definitely needed this past week for those rep points as well. And the great news about that is that will continue till January 7th. So right through the end of the year, as BlizzCon had mentioned as well, very briefly, this is a part of the anniversary. You can also queue up. If you queue up for the 3 different ones, those are a great little way. And by the way, little heads up on that, you can get an opportunity to be able to farm that infinite Drake that's been so difficult for us to drop, or at least for a few people I've noticed, especially Hazelnutty. She was lucky enough, and it could just be a few random folks, but it seems to be an opportunity to be able to, especially since you can go through those bosses so quickly and have a very good opportunity for a lot of those mounts to drop. It seems that some other folks are reporting that they're getting drops for that fairly quickly. So that's kind of nice to see that. So if you have an opportunity to queue up for those 3 and keep grinding those out, there's another quest for the originals. Those fly around like the Twilight Grove there in Duskwood. We've got the ones over there in, why do I want to always say Blasted Lands? Or Badlands. Oh, yeah. Blasted Lands to the right. Well, a little more to the right. On the map there. And then you can fly up and over just above Durotar for the other one. For the Frost Dragon as well that's up there. So it's nice to see those 3 original dragons coming back. It was really nice to see those. And that was a lot of fun. You get another 150 time walking badges out of that little event as well. Just be sure that there's either queue up for those in pre-made groups, or when you arrive, make sure either war mode's on or off if you're going to try to do that. I was lucky enough that my war mode was off. I had a fully leveled character and fully caught up gear. I went over and I was able to to pull that off. There's so many other things going on, but that's just a small piece of what can definitely help us through this time as well. Here in life at the household, the electric is finishing up. We're so grateful to finally have a much more sturdier and more functioning system. It's going to be I'm going to be a little strapped though for a while. Sadly, I was hoping to get my system upgraded so I could finally do some streams near the first of the year, but sadly, plumbing is a priority, and that's the next piece that needs to be taken care of, and sadly, this has to be put on hold, but don't fret. I'm still working on my weekend updates as well, so we're plugging away at those. I was able to hook up the dryer ventilation yesterday. That's a huge piece. Not that I'm going to use it a ton because I still have a nice little clothesline, but that will kind of cover life. There's a lot going on there. We're queuing up for the anniversary and just kind of still kind of coming down from the excitement of BlizzCon. A lot of announcements there that I'm still kind of excited and still trying to wrap my head around a lot of the details. I had to go back and rewatch a couple of those little in-depth ones as well. Classic is continuing to plug away over there. Not too many huge updates for that, but that as well will be getting some. But there was something really large that I've got to just throw out there from the Q&A that day. There was this mention that someone came up and asked if, now, we've been all speculating this for a while too. Now, it hasn't been confirmed or denied, but the way they kind of go about answering these questions is interesting. And somebody asked about whether we're going to get Classic BC and Classic Wrath. And the way he answered it kind of sounds like it is. So we'll have to kind of see how that plays out. But that's for that's another story. So we're going to kind of wrap that up this week. I'll put that link in there. Hazelnutty really covered it a little more extensively, and what little bit I can at least sort of cover for now, for the moment. And as you see, we still have a loading screen. I was going to show you, my character there hit like 77. That's my last Alliance character I got to do on my main account, for now, until the Allied races drop. And there is an update about that. Patch 8.3 looks like it won't be till New Year's, and that makes sense because there's all these holidays around, and we don't have to really see anything huge kind of drop before then. And this is common. We tend to see this around the first part of the year to give us some excitement to look forward to as we head towards Valentine's Day and Love is in the Air event and all those kinds of fun-filled events. So I'm going to wrap this up. Dr. Fox back here with you. Don't forget to take 2 more weekend updates. And before I leave, I want to say a very, very special Happy Veterans Day. So take 2 veterans and wish them, thanking them for the service. But be careful, because it looks like there's reports of 42% that seem to have an issue with saying that. So, and I am a veteran myself, and I don't mind it, is what I was going to say. I don't mind at all. I'm actually very grateful to have helped serve my country in that aspect, though I understand where some of those folks are coming from. So just a heads up. Anyway, with that said, Dr. Fox, thank 2 veterans to the best of your ability, hoping that they don't retaliate on you with anger and attitude and issue. We don't need that going on. And Mora, she's over here too, and we will see you later.